Welcome back to the Talking Hedge. I'm Josh Kincaid, capital markets analyst and host of your cannabis business podcast. We've got Rohit Srivastava, chief investment officer and portfolio manager with Saroj and Bhanu Fund. We're going to take a look at his AI-based algorithm with predictive analytics. It's got the technical analysis and some interesting things that popped up this week. So Rohit, get right into it.
Yeah, thanks, Josh. First of all, disclosure, this is not any professional advice or any financial advice we're giving. We're just trying to have some fun learning this thing, or if you guys want to learn something out of it, and that's probably the idea of that. So we talk about an equally weighted investment index, cannabis index, which we have been working on this for now almost like 5-6 months. This was when we originally started this podcast about 4 or 5 months ago. This was about a month ago. This was more than a month ago. This was about 2 weeks ago, and this was last week. Sorry, and this is this week. So you can see that it did try to break 475, and it is catching up. But I would actually wait till it breaks the 5 to really confirm that that the index has actually broken that. So it's a good sign. It's a very good sign. A lot of the cannabis stocks have been doing good in the last 2 weeks, but I think in the last 1 week. But I would probably just wait for a confirmation to see it's not false. On the cash flow, you can see how the cash flow had been going. It's like 5 months ago. This was about a month ago. This was last week, and this week it did cross the average daily trade value. So on the 114. So that's a very good sign. And let's see, like it has tried it many times. Like here, somewhere in August, it tried one time again in the December it tried, and this is one more. Let's see if it holds on. If it holds on, then probably it's a very good sign that a lot of money is pumping in. Increase probably is a good sign, but this is like very suddenly increase, so we should probably just hold and see if it's not false or not. So I'll probably just give 1 more week to get into that trade. Yeah, and it's not a bad idea to get into trade with caution, but I would say that I think we just wait 1 more week to reconfirm before we put our money into that. From a short-term perspective, we have been doing this for some time now, and this week we don't have any new buys at this point. I think the ones which we are holding, they have been performing really very well. Like last week, the cron was about 2% gain, but in the last 1 week you can see like 24% gain in this week. So most of them have been doing really very well. So, but we don't have any new buys at this point. So overall, the summary of this is that we did pass the 475. The cash inflow has also passed the average cash flow. We can invest with caution, but probably we should wait for confirmation before we are absolutely sure that this is really going to be a good ride in the next couple of months for the cannabis stocks. And as far as the short term, we don't have any. We are still holding the existing ones. We don't have any new buys and sells at this point. And that's what we have at this point.
Yeah, interested to see if it remains at that 2 times daily average, or if it dips back down the same way it did last time and keeps moving sideways. But those breakouts are interesting. There has been a 20% increase in the value of a lot of the securities last week. So a lot of interest, a lot of capital coming in, a lot of growth and movement. Hopefully that's some excitement around trimming these companies up and forcing some profit, and also knowing that there's been a significant decline already. So I don't know if we've reached the bottom, but looks like there is at least some, I don't know, speculation or otherwise. We'll have to see.
Yeah, and I did some research on the short interest of most of the stocks, and nothing has slowed down in the shorts. The shorts are still, there's a huge amount of shorts in all of these.
There's $250 million in short positions. And so I was just talking about that this morning, that potentially there could be the short squeeze as a lot of these traders are trying to cover their positions you could see that is a potential reason for that spike. I think there's some retail investors who think the bottom has been reached and they're speculating on growth. And then there's optimism that a lot of the layoffs and changes towards profitability have been, enticing for certain investors as well.
Yeah. So this is a short on the 11/29 when there was like a bunch of the market fell down pretty crazily at that time, and this is the current short. So you don't see any much difference in each of them. They probably are almost the same. And interestingly, like Tilray, this particular short has 72% of short on that. And this last 1 week, this particular stock had grown the most. And that's one of the point of confusion is that in order to reconfirm that that this is indeed like a point where the market is actually going to move. I think that's why I said that I think we should wait for another week to see if it is indeed a truly positive direction, like moving in a positive direction. Because a lot of these, I don't see any like going down. They all are pretty high in terms of being the short, which has always been the case with cannabis stocks because of the volatility. But I think we should. I would say that we should wait one more week in order to really reconfirm that.
Tilray looks like a great play on just what we were talking about with short positions, because that's going to have a spike to it for sure. When you have 72% short positions,
yeah.
No doubt third week of the month, that stock's going to increase significantly.
Yeah.
As a lot of those traders try to cover their positions.
I think that's about it. I mean, I would say that I think wait for one more week to reconfirm, and I think that's the point we should be actually trying to get into that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tilray just kind of looks like it's steadily going down. I think they're going to need a change in management, different kind of strategy for that to pull back.
Yeah, there's some excitement here, but I think usually the sudden spikes are really a noise. So I think that should be ignored in general, regardless of how good the spike is.
Might be a result of them being in several different indexes and just having the overall index increase with whatever it is, speculation or asset reallocation, whatever. They're just kind of riding on the coattails.
Yeah.
All right. You just have to come back to the Talking Hedge and find out. So with that, we're going to roll this one up. I'm Josh Kincaid. This is the Talking Hedge. I want to thank Rohit Srivastava, Chief Investment Officer and Portfolio Manager with Saroj and Bhanu Fund.
Thank you.
All right. I'm Josh Kincaid. This is the Talking Hedge. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, or don't. And I'm out.